All right, what's up, everybody? Hope you're all doing fantastic today. Having some technical issues, but we're gonna work through them, and we're gonna paint the day away. It's the only way to spend your afternoon. Only wonderful way to spend an afternoon is to paint. Okay, let's grab some gloves here. Kate Prefert. Am I saying that right? Kate Prefert. You're gonna knock out some painting right now. Are we doing anything creative today, Kate? If not, I highly urge you to, because it's very exciting to be creative. Let's see, I should get this thing. Take this thing down here. Actually, no, something I need right now before I get started, before I get moving, is I need some things. Oh, you can lock that door. That door from the lock it from the inside. Sure. Under spirits. Under the counter with the food stuff. There's so many bags and bags and bags.
They've been collecting bags, but they weren't where they're supposed to be, so I didn't know we had so many bags. Take some bags with you. I'll get rid of some today. I didn't know we had some ready. Found it someplace else. Get it?
Very fresh.
Thank you.
So it's supposed to be 92 degrees today. 91, 92. So this is what we got to do today. We got to take our studio solve, our Tuscan pine, and pour this into our mineral spirit container. Thank you. Got some fans. All right. And just a reminder that anyone that wants to help continue supporting this channel, you can do so by just becoming a member. A monthly membership helps this channel go a long way. You just have to tap one of the buttons on the screen here and become a member of this channel. And you get like a little badge icon that changes every few months. But here we go. We're using a Studio Soft Tuscan Pine. And this is what I use for thinning. So this is a gallon size. Let's go. I'm gonna pop a hole in this, or should we? Might need a little. What do we need? There we go. Pop a little hole, baby. There we go. Pop our hole. Split it around. There we go. Oh, you know what else we need? We need some paper towels. Or not paper towels. This is a special kind of towel. If I can find them. Here we go. Special kind of towel. These act like very fancy rags. These are actually rags. They're very rough, so it helps for painting. We're going to take some of our Tuscan pine and pour this into our container. I use lots and lots of mineral spirits, by the way, so this container comes in very handy. I'm actually gonna leave it in here for now. I did have it in the kitchen, but it doesn't need to be there. So what's been up, Kate? See this image of your cat. Cats are awesome, right? I was thinking about doing another painting that features a cat, but I decided to change my mind and just do a regular study. And what do I want to do? I want to sketch this out first. So sketching always helps us to establish. Hey, let's lay down some paint too. Let's see, we're going for a grayer one. There's going to be less color in this. It's going to be a less colorful painting than usual. So let's just start with a really deep Payne's gray here. We're going to start with our Payne's gray as our sketching color. So we got this Payne's gray going. Let's use this. Payne's gray. This is Winton oil color. I think Winton, Winsor & Newton, you know, they're, as far as someone asked me the other day, like, what kind of paint do I want to use? And it depends on what part of the phase of the painting I'm in. So Winsor, Winton, I find that their tubes really get holes easily. So, you know, you don't really want to have these for too long sitting around. They dry really fast too. And where I think Winton really comes in handy is if you're going to use like for an underlayer or a sketching layer, or, you know, if you're gonna just use it really loosely. But for your final layers, on my final layers, I like to use a more densely pigmented paint. So this easel comes in so handy, you know, just to constantly have it moving, being able to maneuver it and stuff. Let's drop this down. And I'm gonna use a loose sketch here. I gotta plan this out. Let me think. They're going to take up the majority of our painting here. This guy's gonna be in the center. Trying to think of proportions here. Let me think. His leg proportion, and then body proportion. So whatever proportion his leg's going to be needs to be about the same proportion to the top of the head. Is that right? Let me see. I'm using this measuring rule. So all you do is you need like a paintbrush, and you stick your arm straight out, and you gotta lock your elbows so that you don't have this distance change, and then you just kind of like move it around. Just use eyesight. So you gotta stick your thumb where you think something is, and you just move it around. And you try to figure it out. Of course, you're gonna lose some distance when you change angles, but this is probably one of the most helpful ways. Like, you know, without getting too technical. Like, I've seen some people, like, you know, you could measure it out. You can do a full, you know, grid. You can do a grid if you want to. You could project it. You can, you know, there's tons of different ways. But I just prefer to just measure things. And then, you know, what I would do. So let's just say something, you know, I see a leg this size, right? And then I see the legs are right down here. And then the legs, and then the top of the leg to the top of the head is right there for whatever reason, right? So legs, top of legs to head, and then I could say, oh, okay, well, if this is going to be one full size, then I just need to, you know, fully do that. It just needs to be double, especially if they're the same. So it's slightly less than the same, but, you know, that's the general idea here. So this is almost pretty perfect, actually. So whatever the size of the body is going to be is how much the leg is going to be, like right here. So let me try to get this perfect. Not perfect, but whatever I was going to say. Not perfect, but just this is just the initial sketch here. So just getting some paint, loosening it up. It's this foot's gonna be right in the center here, or just slightly in the center. So we're just gonna mark a foot right here, just a loose marking. And I'm actually gonna use this as a ruler. I don't always, but I think this is actually a good length here. So if we're gonna go bottom of the foot to the top of the knee, and top of the knee to the top of the head. So whatever this length is, I'm gonna go like right there. So right over here, and then another length to the top of the head. And it's gonna be like right here. And then I can even add, let me see, just checking some widths here. It's very rare that I get to use this exact object as a length measuring device to capture proportions. Right now I'm not really measuring, it's just proportions. I just want to get the right proportions. And about a third of this. So whatever a third of this would be, maybe like right there. Okay, so the top of the head is going to be like right around here. And I'm just marking the body here. So I got another part of the body here. I'm going to get like a foot. The other leg is going to be coming up like so. So this should be about the same length. Let me just double check. I'm just constantly marking lengths here. Marking proportions. Proportions is probably the most valuable thing to have is proportions. So whatever this is, but slightly longer. So whatever your proportions are. So proportions. If you got proportions, you got it all. So just trying to mark out, the general width of everything. General placement of things. So the head is going to be sitting right over the leg, and we're gonna have a torso. Let's get the torso of the body. Let me see. This, wherever this knee is, we're gonna come down. And let's see the proportion of that part. Let's see, we're gonna go here. So whatever the torso is, that's gonna take up half. About half. So we're going here, and then we're gonna go about half. So I'm just about at the halfway point. We're just gonna estimate like right around here as a halfway point for our body here. And just laying down some different points. And let's see, so this is the torso. We're gonna go across. Let's see, everything's gonna be in comparison to this one leg here. So I gotta use one single reference point, and that really helps with everything. So whatever this point is, what did I mark here? I don't know what that is, but and let's see, we're gonna take the leg, we're gonna mark it sideways. So whatever this length is, we're gonna go sideways from there. Let me see again. It's always just proportions. That's what I'm aiming for, is proportions. So end to end. So whatever this is, I'm gonna go sideways and end to end, pretty much like right. The other foot's gonna be right around here. Just marking stuff right now. I like doing it this way. I could, spend a lot of extra time. If you want to do it the traditional way, what you would do is you spend extra time to grid this out, maybe, sketch it out perfectly and then lay it on top. But I prefer to have some looseness to it. This is not the totally academic way to do things. All right, so the hand is definitely going to be one length. So we're going to go from here. We're going to mark a hand a little bit higher than the foot. So that's going to be where a hand goes. And then we're going to go across. Let's see, the width of the foot, the leg. Go to the end here. We're going to get, let's see, so foot to the top of the knee here. face, that's about halfway. And then the head is definitely going to be right in the center. So, let me see, hold on 1 second. Checking proportions again. Spend some extra time with proportions. If you get the proportions, you get everything else. So that's about half. And the second half needs to be a head plus head and hands plus the body. All right, so let's go like this. Gotta get some more feet down here. Now let's see the leg length compared to the arm length. So top of the head, right here. Spend some time to struggle through this and you'll get the rest pretty easy. So you can't really see what I'm doing right now, but I'm just constantly, Danny says I'm not even drawing, thank you. So, you know, what I'm doing right now, what you can't see is I'm just constantly measuring proportions right now. Who needs to draw, Danny? I'm just gonna make this up totally on the spot. All right, so here we go. We're gonna go like that, and then we're gonna go down straight from the center point. So wherever this center point is, we're gonna come across, and we're gonna go pretty much at an angle down. So pretty much at an angle down, right around here. I'm just putting in little dots. That's it. I didn't say I was drawing, by the way. I'm gonna make my own. What do you call that? What's that thing that you do as kids where you like connect? I'm making my own connect the dots painting, Danny. Can't you tell? Jeez. I'm just making my own connected dots painting, all right? Give me a break. Give me a break, dude. All right, so here we go. Touchy, touchy. Very touchy. Mr. Touchy. Touchy, touchy. Very sensitive, Danny. Don't you know this about artists? Is they're very sensitive. You can't just make comments like you're not even drawing and not hurt my feelings. It just doesn't work that way, all right? What's up, Dave? How you doing? We are emotionally full people, if you didn't know. My emotions are very serious. What size is this? So size from that to there is about half. A little over half. So whatever this is going to be, it's got to be a little over half. So right around here. Yeah, it's my time of the month. It's that time of the month. I'm very sensitive, all right? Do you not understand? Obviously, Danny's not an artist, because otherwise he would understand just how deeply I feel his comments about my drawing skills. It is so upsetting, Danny. Who wants to ban Danny? It's time. It is that time to ban Danny. Is my sarcasm coming through, by the way? I hope it is. If my sarcasm isn't reaching anybody, please let me know, and I'll be sure to amp up the sarcasm. I will amp up my sarcasm. Well, who's back? Who's back? I'm not here for 3 days, and it's like I've been gone forever. How many times have I touched the paper? I don't touch paper, okay? That's what my artistic assistants do. Danny's an illustrator. Wonderful. Well, that's interesting. So, Danny, as an independent illustrator, you don't consider yourself a form of artist? Is that what you're trying to say, or if I'm misinterpreting or falsely saying things that I believe you're saying, please let me know. Correct me. Correct me. Tell me if I'm wrong. I don't touch paper. Drawing's for amateurs. I don't need to draw. Who needs to draw? Drawing's for people that don't know how to paint. That's me being sarcastic again, people, alright? I don't know why I'm in a sarcastic mood today. I think it's the commentary from Danny that arouses the sarcastic person in me. Did I say I was aroused? Yes, I did say I was aroused. I'm aroused by the commentary. More than halfway. If I'm an artist, Danny's far from it. Dave, man. Dave's really trying to get at my my subconscious, my deep unconscious. You know what, Danny? You don't even understand You don't even know. You don't even know. See, it's a frog on a log. Alien Sigourney Weaver. That's a good one. Ooh. Dang, you gave me an idea, but it's too late now. Thank you, Dave. I could just substitute this with Sigourney Weaver and the Alien. But I'm not going to. Because then I wouldn't be able to claim it's my own painting. I would have to give Dave some form of credit. And I don't want to give Dave any credit. Can you guess? I love this guessing game. Who wants to put in bets? We should start placing bets, and no matter what, I get paid out. But at least y'all had fun betting, right? So we're gonna go like this. Who's saying inappropriate things? Who's saying inappropriate things in this live stream? How dare you interrupt this live stream with your inappropriate commentary? Eat strawberries, thank you. Thank you, Eat Strawberries. Thank you for letting us know. Thank you for the wonderful reminder. A fantastic reminder. It's always good to be reminded of the things that people have done for us. All right, let's see. We got the proportions. Let me just double check some of these proportions right now. Got that proportion, got that proportion. That proportion should be right about here. So this proportion should be like, let me see. So whatever this proportion is from the top of the knee should be right about there. Top of the knee. About the same length to the bottom of the foot. So whatever this hip to the bottom of the foot here. We're gonna come down, calf. You know, I actually like painting this way because then, you know, I'm always surprised at like the final result, which always ends up really nice. Always. My paintings are always very nice. They are never ugly. My paintings are always the best, the greatest. Things ever. You're waiting for more deep cuts from old school. Yeah, I'm waiting for some deeper cuts from old school Dave too. Dave, you kind of like got just below the crust, but you still got some more work to do. And then this foot right around here. You check the proportion of these feet here. So these feet should be about half of this. So the foot should be about half. So if I go like here, it's about half. I'm gonna eye this, a little less than half. And we're gonna go foot. Damn, that's a big ass foot. I don't think that's right. That doesn't look right. Let me see. A little less than half. So you're gonna go like a little less than half. We're just gonna go like this. We're gonna go like right here. That should be the size of the foot right there though. Damn, that seems like an oversized foot though. Maybe it's the illusion. So we're gonna come down like this, like that. We're just gonna go, just give an extra, let's just give it an extra size foot, all right? It's gonna go like this. And then her feet are gonna be about the same size. Is this right? No, it needs to go come down right around here. I'm often amazed at like how I can go from this to actually a nice painting. So all of you are gonna be just as shocked as I am about what this ends up. You will all be just as shocked as me. That's where the magic comes in. So if I go straight up, you go straight up from here. This is going to come around. Let's double check these arm. Let's check these arm dimensions again. So it's a little bit less than half. It's about the size of the foot. Let me check the size of the foot. Yeah, it should be no bigger than the size of the foot here. So whatever this size is how big our shoulder should be. So our shoulder should end right around here. It's a little too far. Our elbows should end right around this curve right here. And for foot ends here, then this is probably a good length to bring this foot down. All right, let me bring in some yellow ochre. I think we need the color yellow ochre here. People playing Twister and Elephant. How are y'all seeing these things? You're so creative, people. So wonderfully creative. I love my creative viewers. People that see things that may or may not exist. You know, I read a research study the other day that said the difference between someone who's schizophrenic, and, you know, I'm not a doctor, I'm not diagnosing, you know, don't take this as a diagnosis or anything. I know some of you believe everything I say and take everything that I say as gospel, but, you know, I just want to make a disclaimer, please don't. The fact that supposedly the difference between someone who's schizophrenic and the regular person is that a person who's schizophrenic takes thoughts and actually hears them in different voices. So, like, you know, it's normal to have thoughts, right? Like, even intrusive thoughts. Like, I don't know, I don't want to share some random intrusive thought like, oh, pink elephants, I would love to ride a pink elephant, you know, some random thought. But the problem is, according to this research I read, schizophrenic people hear it in a different voice. They don't process it as their own thought. And therefore, it ends up being, you know, they take it as like somebody talking to them. And that's the main difference. But again, don't take anything I say as the ultimate truth, because it's not. If you do, you might succumb to something. You might succumb to something. I don't know what, but you might succumb to something. We should end right here. I believe it. So this hand is going to come down right around there. All right, got some of this done. I'm going to do this experimental thing where I'm working with primarily, I'm going to work primarily with gray and yellow ochre. So that's my goal with this painting, is to start off not using too much color and just focusing on gray and yellow ochre. And then we'll move into some more exciting color work later. But we're going to avoid color for now. I do need white though. And for those of you that want to buy me gifts and you can't think of a good gift, you can just buy me some white paint. I use so much white paint. I go through more tubes of white paint a year than all of my other colors combined. Does that say anything about my my painting ability? Because supposedly you're not supposed to use white. You're supposed to use like other colors, like a lighter version. I think the technical rule is that use the lighter version of whatever color you're trying to achieve to create the tone or something. All right, we're gonna use this. This is one of my favorite brushes. This is a Princeton Catalyst brush. You can tell it's a Catalyst brush because it's got the black tip. The reason why, and you know, the reason why these are some of my favorite is it's a synthetic fiber, and it's great for like just rough painting, like very rough painting. I paint very roughly, scratch, scrape, and it seems to hold its shape very well. Get a bucket of white paint. You know, I've thought about that, Omizu, but the problem with that I have is that I'm concerned that it'll just it'll dry because you know with tubes they're easy. It's just a little tiny bit of tube at the top, and then you know you just cap it. But if it's a big gallon, I feel like there's too much surface. So maybe when I move on to much bigger paintings, but for now. For now, as I still work on these little baby paintings, this is a 30 by 40 inch painting. As I work on these little baby paintings, I will still continue to focus on these other sizes. So this needs to actually come down right around here. We're gonna bring this down right here. It's actually acting like watercolor right now. We're gonna come down and sketch this out. Somebody is probably upset that I said a 40 by 50, 30 by 40 painting is a little baby painting. Little baby painting. That's cute, just a little baby painting. That's so cute, just a little baby painting. You just do a little painting. You want to do a bigger painting? Cute little painting. Okay, let's see. We're gonna take this body, this leg, and let's just start. The proportions of this arm just not right. Let's go like this. You want to do a little baby painting, a little 30 by 40 baby painting? Yes. I'm talking to everybody like I talk to my cats. I shouldn't do that. That's not nice. Don't talk to people like pets. Here we go. All right. Let's go. How does this body go? This body goes like this. We're gonna go really dark with this color here. I'm just gonna go in and start to blend in the hair here. Or you know what? I should document this moment. Okay, and we're gonna get some shadow into here. Let's paint something epic. I'm gonna take a nice, you know, we're gonna constantly dip this into mineral spirits just to get some shadow. We're actually gonna grab some of this yellow ochre here and mix in some of this yellow ochre to grab a gray. Just gonna come down here. And this should just go over, just barely over the top here. Just go right over the top. This should go right over the top of this leg. Okay, this might need to be a little bit further. Whatever the top of this leg is, we need to make sure that we get it. You had to move out of Emmett's head because the lease got too expensive. Were you in? I don't get it. Are you unmembering? All right, Omizu. I do appreciate your patronage over this past year or so. But anyway, let's see. We'll go. Let's go into here. We're gonna find some gray. Actually, you know what? Let's go with a bigger brush. Let's tackle a bigger brush here. I'm gonna tackle a bigger brush. I'm gonna take this nice big brush. We're just gonna go with this like yellow white color, almost a gray. Ah, here we go. I'm gonna bring this up a little bit. Okay, that's not what I wanted to do. Put this down. All right, we're gonna need a bigger brush. This brush is not cutting it. Oh, Omizu doesn't want to live rent-free in my head. Yeah, Omizu's got too much good info to live rent-free in anybody's head. Omizu should charge to live in people's heads. Unlike old school Dave, Dave has to kind of like force his way into people's lives because, you know, who really wants to hear what Dave has to say? Dave has to linger and like, you know, and wait until just the right comments come about. Oh, y'all can't even see what I'm doing. What am I doing? Let's see. Who's sending inappropriate messages? Old school Dave, as usual. Of course, old school Dave can't help but send inappropriate messages that could get him banned by the YouTube algorithm. Actually, it wasn't even that controversial, but why Dave just chooses to send all those? I don't know. Why, Dave? Why? Can you tell us why you can't control your fingers and say nice things? See, these conversations, I don't know, would they ever happen in like in an art? They wouldn't happen in an art studio because at some point in a group art studio, someone would be like, dude, shut up, stop saying stupid bullshit. I would. That would be me. If I had to listen to myself in a art studio, I would totally, I would go nuts. That's why I stream and I don't interrupt other people's space. Let's go to this other side. This other side is going to get some of this lightness to it. So part of my goal, as I mentioned, with this painting is to focus on using grays and yellows. That's part of the act this week. Part of the act. It's all part of the act. I can't actually paint, I just pretend like I can. It's just the act. I'm always learning just like everybody else. Always trying to get something new. But that's the great thing about oil paint is you can fake it, right? Like you can paint over and over and over and over on something until it looks the way you want it to look. That's the great thing about oil painting. Like anyone, and I'm being sarcastic again. Anyone can fake being an oil painter. Right? It just takes time. If a line isn't working, then you just draw over it. If a space isn't working, then you just paint over it. If you don't get the right color, you just mix more paint until you get the right color. Like it's that easy, right? You just mix colors until you get the right color. You just keep staring at the photo and comparing it to your painting until it looks like the photo. That's it. That's painting in a nutshell. Mixing colors and putting it down. You pick up colors and you put it down. It's like as easy as going to the gym and exercising. You go to the gym, you pick a machine, and you start using it. Like that's, if I had to write a book, that's what it would basically be. Just get a paintbrush, get a canvas, and just start painting. And now you're an oil painter. That's it. Who's getting triggered? Is somebody being triggered by my simplifying of oil painting? According to Amizu, you never become a master anyway, so what's the point, right? Like if you're never gonna be a master, you might as well just be a forever amateur and always not know what you're doing. That is the way. That is the way of the polite water. The way of polite water. This brush never does the job that I want it to do, but I always use it anyway. The way of polite water. The way of the polite water. To never master your art. Never become the master, always be the student. Hey Dave, if you become a member, I will stop making fun of you. It's quid pro quo, Dave. I'll be nice to you if you become a member. All right, let's go. We're using this big brush. It's for so Mizu, being nice is only for new members only. Sorry, you got the I could grandfather you into some things, but I can't grandfather you into kindness. Someone told me the other day they had a friend that had a gym membership for $90 a year because they got grandfathered into the gym. That's a really good deal, and we're not talking. You know, it's a nice gym too. It's a really nice gym too.
I think so. Yeah. It's about like 3,000. Yeah.
Dave, of course it would be worth it. What are you talking about? Don't you want to join the ranks of Omizu? Are you not entertained?
Well, I'm open to having it done, but it depends on how.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
I'm struggling too. I could move to a more expensive place, but I have to manage it out. I'm glad it's on, but I pay more now. And,
Who wants to hear about our cat's financial situation? Cat, tell us more about your financial situation.
yeah, oh yeah.
I like how this is turning out. It's very like rough. All right, see ya. Let me see if I can move this a little further back. Is that? Can you see everything? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. All right, trying for some darker colors right now. Let's go like this. All right, let's go drop this down. You know, old school Dave, we've probably definitely thought about how to make money easy. Who hasn't? Hasn't everybody thought about making money easily? Everybody wants to make easy money. All right, let's see. We're gonna go like this. So Dave, what's up with your life, man? Anything we can help you with? Like Omizu and I? You know, you've been here, Dave, and we know that you come up with the most brilliant trolly comments. We know nothing about you. I know about Omizu because he live streams. But we don't know anything about Dave. I think the world should learn about Dave. What does Dave dream of? What did you dream of this past week? What does old school Dave dream of? How can the world support Dave's efforts? Because you know, Dave, despite all the goofy trash talking, you know, you've been around, and I appreciate that. Does he have 6 sideburns? I thought that photo was just it's like Justin Bieber or something. Isn't that a photo of Justin Bieber? Or is that Dave? I don't know. I honestly don't know anything. Like I don't even know. I thought that was a photo of Justin Bieber. To be honest, so his profile photo. So if you know that much of me, that's awesome. I really love how this is turning out, all this. Despite how rough my painting style is, my painting methods, it's actually turning out pretty nicely. But I'm still not a fan of this brush. I wish it laid down paint much better, much faster. But maybe this is the only way to... Maybe this is the only way to capture this effect. Ooh, look, it's dripping. Uh-oh. You sent OP your headshots if he wants to share them. Oh, OP. Oh, okay. You've been sharing photos with each other, but not me? Should I be upset about this? Does Dave have an OnlyFans that we don't know about? The one thing about this gray paint is it smells so bad. The Winsor & Newton gray paint smells so bad. Danny is still here. I can't believe Danny is still here. Danny, I can't believe that you're still watching. But you know, this is honestly a team effort. Don't think of it as watching, you know, someone painting. Think of it as enjoying the goofy conversations between Dave, Omizu, and I. Like, if I could just have a podcast and have them like live streaming into the podcast, I would totally do it. I have had Omizu join this as a live stream. I haven't done it in a while because the past like 3 times I requested him, he rejected me. So, you know, if you get rejected 3 times, at some point you got to get a hint and be like, Omizu doesn't like me anymore. He doesn't want to be on this stream. So, you know, he hurt my feelings, and that was the last time I ever tried. I gave up on trying to have Omizu join my live stream again. I wasn't persistent enough. Okay, we're gonna get some into here. See, but this is where like painting is exciting. Is like these are things that you can't really capture as someone who draws. Like you can capture these details, but it's just not the same. You know, you miss out on a lot of the fun of painting when you just draw, because you can't like capture this energy in the clouds, these clouds back here. You know, it's just not an easy thing to achieve. Mizu, you don't get my notifications? I usually I send them to you on like Instagram. Because if I have to send you a link to invite you, so the only way we can stream at the same time is if I send a link to invite you. And anyway, that's how you do it. I gotta send a link to invite you. But I haven't done that in a while. We should plan a live stream day. It's just hard for me to plan ahead of time nowadays because business has really picked back up. Filming TV and stuff, so. By the way, I do want to say now, this is based on another painting, by the way. This is not coming from my own imagination. All right, I know I'm ruining the magic right now, but if you follow my live streams, you would probably guess who this is by, or what this study is of. But if you don't, then you know you just gotta wait until the day that I decide to finally reveal my secrets, which may or may not be tonight or tomorrow. I have no secrets. I have everything, all of my painting activities, almost all, 99% of my painting activities are documented for all the world to gawk at or criticize or cancel. But I don't make cancel art really. It is easy to be vulgar. I wanted to make that as like a shirt idea, like for artists. Like it's easy to be vulgar. And art criticism. It's art criticism. Is what that would be. It's very dramatic. This is a very dramatic backdrop. Yes, it is. It's very dramatic. You know what, Danny? I know you said that you can't believe you're still watching this. I just want to say thank you for sticking around, dude. Like, you know, it is. There's definitely, you know, I've often wondered myself, why would anybody want to watch paint dry? And that, you know, sometimes when I like look at my live streams, I'm like, that's really what people are doing. They're really watching paint dry. In the simplest, most like unsophisticated language way, people are just watching paint dry, right? Because yes, I'm applying the paint, but what people are really waiting for is like, what does it look like after the paint has been applied, right? What does it look like after the paint has been applied? Omizu wants to remix the material. Yeah, you know, as long as so you actually have to turn on remixing, Omizu. So if I have remixing turned on, go for it. Go for it. Remit, mit. If you can, if you want to, go for it, dude. All right, let's grab a lot of white and some gray. We're just gonna paint this section right down here. Well, you know what is shocking to me, Danny, is the fact that you said you can actually relax while watching your stream, because I would not consider my stream relaxing unless you mute me. If you just mute me, I'm sure it could be relaxing. But if you're actually listening to what I'm talking about, I would be shocked for anybody to find my live stream relaxing. But thank you. As long as you find it relaxing, that's good. I shouldn't be telling people how they should feel. That's wrong. Don't tell people how they should feel. People will feel how they feel. Go much darker into here. Tell yourself on your comments. I think he means Cat's voice. Cat's voice. Drown it out every now and then. Take it easy. What? Take it easy? How dare you try to tell me how to paint? Dave, you are no longer the Dave I used to know. You are now just Dave. You think you could just go on the internet and tell artists who live stream how to paint? Who do you think you are, Dave? Let's go. Let's keep painting. We're almost done with the backdrop. I like the backdrop. Almost finito with the backdrop. Very frantic. I'm gonna be even more frantic now because Dave made comments about my franticness. How's that, Dave, huh? How's that for frantic? Gonna burn some canvas. It's actually a good wrist workout. We gotta go into here, get a middle gray. Let's get some more of this gray. You know, something that's still shocking to me is like just how many people or artists specifically post their work on the internet and they're still shocked by getting like comments that might be negative. And why this is shocking to me is because, you know, when I think about this as like a live streamer, I think about the fact that how fortunate and lucky I am to live in a time when I can sit here from my studio and publish this live stream to the entire planet, maybe even the entire universe. Like, who knows who from like what aliens or extraterrestrial people or people not from planet Earth have access to this live stream? Maybe even another dimension. I don't know. Maybe even a VR world. And how fortunate I am to be able to do this live stream. And anybody can access it that wants to. Yet, and you know, I've come to this, I definitely appreciate and realize the fact that I am broadcasting to the entire whatever, right? I would call this the entire universe so long as somebody has a way to access it. But then there's still people that are shocked when somebody comes in and like, you know, makes a comment. That should not be shocking to anybody. That there's someone with a negative opinion of your artwork on the internet somewhere. But yet some people still are. Anyway, that's my motivational, anti-motivational speech about streaming and content making and posting your artwork on the internet. Got it. Let's see. Dave is on a roll today with the most blocked messages by YouTube. Smashed. Actually, I change my toothbrush like once a month. All right, Dave. I change my toothbrush once a month. You want to buy my toothbrush? I'll sell you my toothbrush. Dave wants to buy my toothbrush. I'll sell it to him for $500. That's a bargain. That is a bargain, if you ask me. That is a bargain deal. You should do it, Dave. $500 for my toothbrush. That could be worth $10 million in 150 years. I don't do anything weird with my toothbrushes. It's all very, very normal stuff. If you do want to make special requests, starting price is about 1,000, and you can make the request 1,000 plus, depending on the request. Like if you want me to scrub my toilet with a toothbrush before you buy it, that's cool. That's going to cost you about 15,000. Anything more unusual? If you want me to scrub between my toes with it, that's going to cost you about 35,000. So just, starting bids. Whoever wants to make an offer, I'm open to it. Just know that I am for sale. I am a human being that's for sale for the right price, including my YouTube channel. If you want something sponsored, if you want to plug for your brand or product, let me know. I'll put you onto something. I'll give you a space. Which reminds me, I forgot to do my usual plug. I think right now is a good time to plug my favorite product of all time. After I get this section down. All right, if you don't like advertising, right now is a good time to leave this space, but I'm about to advertise something. And everyone has to listen to it because you're watching this live stream. No, I'm just gonna pin something. It's my favorite thing of all time. I swear that I learned how to paint just from this one activity. And that one activity is about to get published right now. And that is Audible. So Audible by Amazon, you get a free trial membership with Audible Plus right now if you click that link. And how has Audible helped me? You might be wondering, like, how can anybody actually learn to paint a visual art that uses your physical hands or your feet or your mouth, or I don't know, maybe you have an eyeball that's not in its socket and you stick a paintbrush in there or something, or maybe your ears or whatever, right? However you decide to paint, how can anybody learn a visual art from an Audible book? Well, here's the answer to that question. I think it fuels an obsession, right? It can fuel your obsession with artwork. As far as listening to artist biographies, listening to art curators, listening to art words and essays. And it's just a great system to listen when you don't have the time to read. And I would say that it has totally been helpful to me in just getting my mind into an artistic mindset, a creative mindset. And while you're not going to learn the technical stuff of painting from these Audible books, you can, but it would be very difficult unless you're able to implement it right away. I think it's the beauty of having, your favorite artist or a story about your favorite artist being pushed into your ear. You brainwash yourself into becoming obsessed with painting and artwork. And I think that's where it's helpful. But if you don't want to, if you don't want to listen to stuff, then you don't have to. But that's why I love Amazon. It's great for self brainwashing. I'm able to brainwash myself with the stories of artists and the ideas of curators and modern art. I'm able to just let that become my soul, my total and all-encompassing obsession. So do I have to maintain these pitches to keep my Amazon associate status? Do I? I don't know. I don't think I do. But by the way, another disclaimer. It does say the disclaimer. As an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. So, do I have to maintain? No, but it helps my paycheck. It really does. It helps my paycheck. It is really good for the bank. It's good for the bank. That's how I make some of my streaming money, by the way. If anyone, let's talk streaming. If anyone's wondered, like, you know, you dreamed of being a streamer or something, how can you make some money? Because YouTube ads only pays a certain amount. You really got to diversify your way of earning the income. That's, you know, as cliche of a word as diversify is, that's the secret, you know, just diversifying. And how do you diversify? Well, you've already seen the secrets. You're seeing them right now. You just do pitches for Amazon product on Amazon Prime. You just become an Amazon associate, any product, and you just talk about it, about why it's so good. And there you have it. That is the answer. Yeah, Michael Wober says he loves these paint by number kits. Thank you, Michael. I just made my own paint by number kit. And I sell copies of my work, but you know, that's just a part of it. But hey Kat, we can hear you, just letting you know. I know, but I'm just saying that we can hear your private info. Just a reminder.
They went up a lot, and I'm not happy about that, because,
We all know. Are you sure this isn't paint by numbers? Are you sure I didn't have a projector? I'm the greatest paint by numbers painter ever. Ever to live. To be around. I shall hold that title. Paint by letters. I should title the stream, How to Make Your Own Paint by Numbers Kit. Alright, let's get serious with our painting now. We're going to go clean off this brush. This is just for big, wide spaces. This is a Filbert. I don't think know if this is the best brush for this activity, but it's a Roland Langton Gold Jumbo. It was soft. It's no longer soft anymore. But a soft Filbert. And let's see. Soft Filbert. Large Filbert. All right, let's go. What now? Let's start to lay in some shadows into our figures here, our foreground figures. And I'm going to zoom in here on my paint by numbers kit. So let's see, we're going to get shadow into here. We're just going to go into here.
well, I'm on a loan, so
And let's go. We'll come down here. Let's get some other shadows going. And get some shadows right above this leg, right into the torso here. let's see. This arm. I lost a lot of this head figure here. Let's go. I'm trying to stick mostly with like grays for this painting.
Kathleen Roy, but it also has, for me, it's a mistake.
And here we go. We're gonna come down here. And you know, this is one of those. This is the times when, you know, as you start to paint more seriously, it's like, oh, should I take a break or should I keep on going? That's the question here. So we got this face. Where she's gonna come around. Actually, no. Let's go up here. Go nice and dark into the hair. We're gonna come around like this. We're gonna come around. And let's go. We're gonna go for some browns. We'll go for some browns. It's gonna come around right around the top of the head here. So the top should go past the legs. So here we go. We're gonna go around and start to paint this in here. Dondrell. Oh, Dondrell. Get the painting numbers, have the same brush, but we could digitize it, have AI on the numbers. We could do that for sure, but you don't need me to do that. This is based on another painting, so you could just take that painting once we figure it out. Which brush is that? He's a 4-inch brush, the 2.5 he's using now. The one I'm using now is a Princeton Catalyst brush. So this is a like a Princeton Catalyst. I think it's called Polytip Bristle because it's like a fake synthetic, I guess is the right term for it. It's a synthetic fiber. And therefore synthetic fiber, therefore it's I'm in a point right now in this painting where I'm like, how do I form sentences? It's a synthetic fiber, which I really like because it helps it to last a much longer time.
Okay, I have it. It is,
Cat, I'm just reminding you. All you need to do is like be in a living room and talk quietly on the phone. I'm just reminding you.
it's 00.
Like it's like it's like she wants people to know all of her private information. I'm just trying to let her know. Like I don't understand. Like it's just you could go in the living room or any other room. Just close the door. I'm not even asking that much. But anyway. Squabbles. Yes, we argue. Try not to.
Could you hear that?
Yeah, I could hear it.
From the living room.
Yeah, if you talk quieter.
She can't hear me. Just one.
It's not that I don't want to hear you. I'm just saying for your own privacy. Just trying to. All right, there we go. Live reality TV of arguing about streaming. Okay. Next time, I think we should amp it up a little bit. Amp the arguing up a little bit so that we can get some excitement in this, right? Make it like a real reality TV show. We're just a fake reality TV show right now, but this, if we can make it live, like real, that would be the best. Hey, my paint by numbers kit is looking like it's coming around pretty well. I can be happy about this. This is something I can be proud of, right? Okay, so we're gonna come around, we're gonna go. Yo, Omizu. All right, so we got Omizu, the Don Drell crew, and who's the other one? Dave. So easy to forget about Dave. Don Drell with the wisdom. I would love to see how that goes. There we go. Life Wisdom by Don Drell. Problems solved forever. I will be out of here so fast. I would be out of here so fast. Yes. You must cooperate. I'm sure it's nice to live freely and not have to worry about that, huh? Don Drell. My goodness. Don Drell, you know this is live, right? I can't repeat that. I could, but I can see so many ways that could go wrong. Like if I was getting paid like $1 million an episode, if I was getting paid like $1 million an episode on a reality show and they're like, hey, can you just say this? I would totally say it. But I guess you know what this is saying is if I become too successful of an artist, that's something I might say. Is that kind of what I'm revealing? I don't know. That's not good, right? Anyway, what am I saying? I should stop talking now. This is my time to be silent. Silence is golden. My parents would always say, loose lips sink ships. I don't know where they got that from, but I mean, it's already looking very dramatic, this painting, isn't it? Just the combination of all the dark and the light. Dave. Don't rub it in, dude. Why you gotta rub it in? Why can't you just let us be? Let it be, let it be. Just let it be. Let us be. If I'm wearing any pants? Yes. I never wear pants. That's a secret. I don't even like pants. That is the one thing. Here's a fun fact. I actually don't like. I'm saying this right now. It sounds like I'm joking, but I'm not. I don't like wearing pants. You know, I'll wear shorts. I like wearing shorts. You know, I'll dress up. Like I'm definitely wearing shorts, but I don't like to wear any like long pants. I think it is the most uncomfortable thing in the world to wear pants. One of the most uncomfortable things. There's definitely way more uncomfortable things that I haven't experienced and don't ever want to experience. But as far as, you know, clothes go, I'm just not a fan of wearing. Just not a fan of it. Let's go for a darker version of this color, and we're gonna try to find this leg right here. So this leg, let's go paint this in.
Done for now. Today was my day to get all that stuff done.
Okay, that's fine. I'm just letting you know that, like, you go anywhere. I'm just saying that they can hear you.
I
I'm
don't know
not telling
what to
you.
do. I could go outside, but it's too hot.
Or you could just go in the bathroom or go in the living room and talk lower.
They can't hear me if I talk lower. It's an office.
They can hear you.
Well, they said they couldn't when I was trying to talk lower.
All right. Well, I'm just
I
trying
don't
to
know what
protect. I'm just trying to protect your privacy. Okay,
Well,
that's
you could
it.
Shut this door.
Well, you could shut the door too.
I thought you said I couldn't shut.
I didn't say that.
Then I will shut it.
Well, actually, you know what? I did say don't. Well, you know what? Not for this. I didn't say you couldn't shut it for this purpose. I just said that I don't want it shut because the smell needs the
That is what you said.
needs to spread. You're right. So I did say that. I admit. I did say that
I
at
can
some
shut
point.
it now.
Well, you can shut it
I'm
now,
gonna
but
need
you're
to
not.
turn on the air.
But you're not on the phone anymore. So.
But I will be. Just
Okay.
call me back.
All right. Fine.
I'm gonna have to turn on the air.
Okay. Round two. Call wardrobe and get this man a pair of pants.
I need one more quarter.
There might be one in my car.
Where are your keys?
Should be on one of those two desks. Should be. Alright. I'm going to try to distract everybody from the fact that Kat is obviously running my studio. How does this painting look? What's everyone think? Sing me praises, everybody. Sing me praises so I can forget about our argument. Sing me praises. Nobody wants to sing me praises? What am I doing a live stream for? Isn't that what everybody does live stream for? Is that so we can all get wonderful praises and kind words? Why else would anybody stream? Get validation. Someone validate me, please. Validate me. I need it. I beg, I crave the validation of old school Dave. Or not. Maybe I won't get it. See, Bruce Lee wrestling a bull. All right. Yeah. You know, I should do these things before. I should do this like before and then have people tell me what they see, and then I should just paint whatever they see. But I'm not that good that I can just like take this and suddenly just turn it into Bruce Lee wrestling a bull. Maybe one day I'll do it. But I already have an idea in mind, and I'm a very like I'm a very one single track minded person. Where like if I'm like saying I'm gonna wanting to do something, it's really hard for me to change. That's not good, right? That's like that like makes issues, doesn't it? When you're inflexible. I like to believe I'm flexible, but maybe I'm not. But I will say, so far, I am proud of myself for this painting so far. If no one else will sing you praises, you gotta praise yourself. Um, but I've only used 3 colors: white, yellow ochre, and Payne's gray. And for that, I can say that I've done pretty well with, because that's a good thing. I told myself I was gonna do that, and I've been doing it. So I'm doing it well. I'm doing it and doing it and doing it well. So that's something we could be proud of. Yes. All right. What did old school Dave say this time? What was old school Dave's spanking? Okay. YouTube does not like the word spanking for some reason. Cat with me in a headlock. Oh. Stop it, Omisu. Stop it right now. Stop it, sir. We're gonna come down with this arm. Can nobody see how dramatic this painting is? This is not a by the way, this is not a happy painting at all. This is a very sad painting. It's not very happy at all. So it's almost like, me being so lighthearted about everything is kind of counter to what I'm trying to do. But we're just gonna stick with it, and hopefully it all turns out well. Let's go like this. What are the colors I'm using? So let me just show you. So I am using. What's up?
1/4 short for the dryer. We're not in your car.
None?
None. I would have had enough, or I would have gotten something. Exactly enough.
I'm not hiding any. I don't know what to.
Okay.
Where? Maybe in that little gray thing right there. There could possibly be one last quarter in there.
This thing?
Yeah. Just be careful.
I know.
Oh, right. So back to this. Back to this. I got a 1980 Gambler 1980 yellow ochre. I got a Winsor & Newton Winton oil color Payne's gray. Okay, maybe not in there.
We gotta get a clothesline here.
And then we've got so really just 3 colors. Let's see, gray. Yeah, so yellow ochre, Payne's gray, and this Daler Rowney titanium white. The white, it's pretty much just for mixing. It's like not even, it's really just to lighten and darken. The Payne's gray is probably like the dominant color underneath, but this creates like a nice, this can create shadows as well as, And yellow ochre is probably the most important color in creating the variety of colors in this painting. Yellow ochre is probably the most important color because it's the one that adds these warm tones to it. Oh, Amisa calls it a gray, blue-gray. Yeah, sure, blue-gray. That's exactly what I meant. I call it a dark gray, but blue-gray, I guess that actually makes sense. So a little product demo now. Let's go like this. Let's squeeze our tube of yellow ochre here. All right, so here we go. All right, you know what? If I don't help her find a quarter, she's gonna have to hang the clothes out in my studio.
Oh, I got a quarter.
Good. That's not gonna have to happen because she found one. Magic. It's like magic. Money just randomly falls into our laps. Like magic. This painting is actually going to take a while. It's going to take a long time. I'm not going to be able to finish it overnight. I'm a failed artist because I can't finish this painting overnight. It's a joke, people. I keyed. She found a quarter, so we're good to go. You know, I should really be using a bigger brush right now. This paintbrush is a little too small. A bit too small. Let's go grab some of this gray. We're gonna take a break soon. Need to take a little break. You know, I have to get into a sketch. It's one of those things, I think, when painting, it's like when you switch between phases of the painting, you kind of got to reset your brain, or at least I have to reset my brain. And what I mean by like resetting the brain, it's like, you know, trying to get. This actually could be a little ochre here. You're just resetting the brain, whatever that sounds like it means. You know, getting your brain into a different mode of action. You know what I could do? I can grab this brush. It's a little bit bigger. A little bit of a bigger brush here. Let's grab some more white. I did go with a slightly bigger brush. This is a larger filbert. This is a Rosemary & Co. Rosemary & Co is like a standard, like industry stand. Is it an industry? Is painting an industry? No. Rosemary & Co is a very standard, like, it's a very standard brush for painters. They're a very reputable company. They're based in the United Kingdom, and they make some really great products.
Set timer for 40 minutes.
So let's go like this. We're gonna come around. You know what's really annoying though about painting classical, going with like studying the academic classical academic styles is that everybody was just so they use so much white as far as paint goes to like, everybody's just so pale. Now these figures are actually pale on purpose. This one's very specifically pale for a reason. But as far as like, every if you try to study it, it's just like everybody's just so pale in classical classical academic art studies. It's just too pale. When I say everybody, I don't literally mean everybody. Some people use some color in their artwork, but for the majority of like angels and all these things and characters, like they're just I'm often shocked at how much white paint is used to paint these figures. All right, let's go for a darker shade here. Everybody seems to love Cat, but nobody loves me. Is she the star of the show now? Should we just call this Cat? Cat sits around. Cat lives. Cat bees. I should take some of this color. We can go down into here. Cat and Asian painter. I can't just be a painter. I have to be an Asian painter. Honestly, I don't know if this is going to turn out right. I can already see some of the proportions being off. But we're going to keep going and, push through the ugly phase. and hope that we can come out the other side with a much more beautiful phase. Yes, we're living on a hope, living on a prayer. Not a plan, just a prayer. I do kind of like where it's at now, though. It's like, it's got a feel to it. But, I will have to add one other color. And that's going to be... I'm going to have to add a red. There's no way I can get through this painting without adding a bit of red. So let's go ahead and add our... Let's go ahead and lay down just a little bit of this. This is a Cad Red Deep Hue. So hue just means that it's a alternative to cadmium. They're not actually using cadmium. Let's see what the pigments are. PR 170 and PO 36. I don't know those numbers. Let's start by mixing a pink. It's going to be a muted red here. Bring in our brown. Bring in some more brown. If anyone actually knows what this painting is based off of, I'm sure you would be considered an expert on artwork. Who wants to pretend to be an expert? Guess what this painting is. Guess the name of the originator of this painting. And you shall win the prize of knowing. No, this should be higher. Should be no lower than his skin. That is the contract. Contract of what? What are you talking about, dude? I've lost my gab, so to speak. I'm so hyper focused on this painting now that from here on I shall ignore everybody in this live stream. Just kidding. If you don't want to be ignored, you're not going to be ignored. Okay, let's go. Let's go with this. I just want to find some paleness. We're going to go nice and pale over here. And let's go grab our reddish brown. Okay, building up our bits and pieces here. All right, I'm losing my brush discipline. So now that means now is a good time for me to now is a good time for me to take a break. When I say brush discipline, I mean like, you know, my brush starts to get, I stop to care. I'm just like, oh, let me just lay this color here and this color there and this other color here. And when I stop caring about where my brush is going, that's when I know I need to take a break. Sometimes that's good, but sometimes you just gotta recognize it in yourself of when a break is necessary. And for me, that is now. That is now. Especially helpful when you switch from like one stage of your painting to another. Nice sesh. Don't let Cat get me down. Cat would never get me down. Hey, thanks for being here, everyone. As we start to wrap up. It's 92 degrees here in Los Angeles. And here we go. Let's go. Let's wrap up our stuff. Yeah. It's hard to say goodbye to everybody, but at some point I have to. So take care, everybody. See you again soon.